good-looking, in his black suit with his chauffeur's hat shading his eyes, and strode around to the back. He paused to stifle a yawn before opening the rear door. Mada Vittora climbed out, glaring up at the sun through thick sunglasses. She wore the fox fur coat that had been delivered last week from Galerie Lafayette. As soon as it came, she'd ripped open the package and clapped her hands together and told Anouk that she simply must try it on, just for fun, and they had giggled together as she had curled Anouk's hair and rubbed blush into her cheeks and paraded her around the house in tottering high heels and the coat. "My pretty girl," Mada Vittora had said, looking over Anouk's shoulder in the mirror. "My pretty little beastie." Anouk jumped up to open the front door. Two more figures slid out of the car's back seat, catching her eye, and her good mood soured. Both of them were tall, one with hair the colour of sunlight that matched his mother's, the other with hair a dirty shade of charcoal. What were Vigo and Hunter Black doing in the city? Mada Vittora had sent them to handle business in London just last Tuesday. Surely they hadn't arranged everything so soon? Anouk stepped back silently as Mada Vittora swept up the front steps. "We're going to have company, my sweet." Mada Vittora ran her nails down Anouk's cheek as she breezed into the foyer, tossing her coat on the empty table. The fox fur smelled of leather and perfume. Anouk smoothed its wrinkles and hung it in the hall closet. "Tomorrow night, a dinner party and dancing too. You'll have to air out the ballroom. It still smells of sulphur." "Who's coming?" "The royals." A secretive smile played at the witch's lips, and no wonder. The shadow royals were the elite rulers of the magical realm that, within French borders, was called the Haute, and they had never dined at the Rue des Amants townhouse. It had only ever hosted the occasional goblin tea party. The guests with their dusty top hats and garish makeup, even on the men, especially on the men. Goblins might look perfectly human, save the almost imperceptible point of their ears, but they were just as likely to gnaw on the table as on Anouk's fruit tarts. She'd need to order better wine. "How many?" she asked. "6 altogether," Mada Vittora said, unpinning her hat. "Now, be a dear and fetch us some tea and a drop of whiskey for Hunter Black, poor thing. He's had a devil of a day. We'll take it in the salon. And here, put this away, carefully." She handed Anouk her bag, parting with it as though lending a treasured book. Today it was a black Hermes purse, ostrich leather soft as a newborn's skin, gleaming gold hardware. Yesterday, the same bag had been a crystal-studded clutch. The day before that, a crocodile Gadino. The witch's oubliette. Mercurial and magically vast, it held the deepest of secrets. Vigo strode into the hall next, tossing his hat to Anouk without a glance. But Hunter Black paused long enough to look her up and down with those dark eyes that always made her anxious. "You've never worn that necklace before?" he said. Anouk's hand flew to her throat, to the small token tucked just beneath the collar of her dress. Leave it to Hunter Black to spot the peak of gold that no one else had. Guiltily, she fished out the charm and worried it between her fingers. An old franc coin, worthless now, with a hole punched in it. She'd strung it on a chain. It's from Luke," she stammered. I mean, I found it in his room. He wouldn't mind me taking it." And he wouldn't. She knew that if Luke had been there and seen her show even the slightest interest in it, he would have tossed it to her with a wink. She'd found it that morning, caught in the crack between 2 floorboards when she'd gone to his attic to fetch a vial of vervain. His rooms had felt suspended in time without him. The lingering smell of summer on his garden shears, the